there's a couple of things that give me hope. But I just want to talk about a couple of them today. Thank you guys for joining me. My name is Andre. This is Yep, I Said It. So it's always a good day when, people that were once so far left that they just couldn't stand the thought of Orange Man, and anything he had to say, just because it was Orange Man, even if it was helpful, even if it was, something that made sense to everybody, they just totally criticized him for not only that, but just avoided even talking about the actual policy, and just continued to bash the Orange Man. Orange Man was very bad, 3 years ago before Joe Biden got in office. But now things seem to have changed for some reason. I couldn't imagine what made them change their minds. But these guys are millionaires, some even billionaires. Just because you're a billionaire doesn't mean you have common sense. A lot of people have just been drinking the Kool-Aid and just, believing the lies. Simple. Once you can really lie really badly about somebody and make them look bad, what hope does that person have unless they actually get to find out for themselves? So that's exactly what's happened to the left-wing people. They've got to see the policies of the Biden administration, and they don't like it.
It's crazy. Trump was hilarious doing this conversation about that, where he was telling them, like, why don't we, get the weapons out of there? Why don't we fill them up with gas and drive them over to Pakistan? And there's he said that, find the video. It was Millie, because he's hilarious. Trump literally acts like a comedian.
He is.
The first
he
update
always
on that.
kind of has been,
the
right?
first thing you asked.
Oh, okay. The Biden administration informed Congress on Monday that it has taken concrete steps to carry out a prisoner exchange with Iran, issuing a waiver that will give Tehran access to $6 billion in Iranian oil revenue that had been blocked by U.S. sanctions, according to a State Department document sent to Congress.
And that was a month ago.
That was a month ago. Yeah. On September 11th.
And then, all these stories the last day say.
Yeah. So they gave him a lot of funds. Yeah, and then this happens.
He needs to do a chargeback.
It's just, call PayPal. Tell me you got defrauded.
Yeah, it really is crazy to watch this. But at the same time, it's sobering, confirming like everything that we believe and everything that we saw was true. Everything that we knew was absolutely true. And not just because it's somebody else's opinion, but people have to get burned sometimes, man. They have to go through, the issues and the problems. They don't take the warnings. Some people are really good at taking the warnings and studying in people, studying what they're about first before they get into relationships, before they get into business deals, but some people just don't take the warnings. And if these people made their decisions based on what's good for the country, we wouldn't be here. We simply wouldn't be here. Our votes would have overwhelmed the Democrats. They would have overwhelmed them. They would have had no chance if people were thinking straight, man. So this is amazing to watch this. And, man, I wish we didn't have to go through this. I wish, now, 3 years later,
As a Democrat who has been left homeless, who is now definitely in the center, but probably leaning increasingly right, I'm left yet again with an appreciation, despite the message of the Trump administration, because what those guys did was pretty incredible in hindsight. These Abraham Accords, the accords with Israel and the GCC, the almost accord between Israel and Saudi, to really be able to find a long-lasting peace is just a real example for the world. And those guys did a lot of really good work. And
it's a miracle, actually, when you look at it. What they did, despite the fact, listen, I'm no fan of Trump, and I am too homeless.
But this is where, can I say this?
But if you want to objectively look at what they did, there was good work. It was great work.
You have to. And in fact, this is a moment where you have to start to re-underwrite, is your, not you, Jason, but I'm just saying collectively, is one's Trump derangement syndrome causing more damage than anything that Trump could have actually done? And I think the answer is yes, because like it's now causing us to not see that good work and then embrace and extend it. So much of the work that happened in that administration turns out to have been right. And that's what's so frustrating for me. The work on the border wall. We didn't like the messenger, so we killed the message. Turned out it was right. Issuing long-term debt to refinance when rates were at zero. We didn't like the messenger, so we killed the message. A structural peace in the Middle East. We didn't like the messenger, so we killed the message. When are we going to stop shooting ourselves in the foot? And when are we going to actually see and take the time to look past who is saying things and actually listen to them word for word? I'll give you an example. I started to tweet 3 links a day over the past 3 days. And the only reason I did that was I thought things were so hyper contentious and hyper partisan that I just wanted to show a few sides, right? And one day I found a couple links, 2 of which, one was from Jonathan Greenblatt of the ADL, who I thought had a very powerful message. And one was from Mike Flynn. And his message was also actually pretty powerful if you just read it. And if you took the names off, all the content was so valuable, both points of view. But the minute it goes into the world, people immediately judge and they kill the message because of the messenger. And this is exactly a moment where you have an opportunity to just stop doing that because the stakes are so high. It's infuriating, actually, quite honestly. It's infuriating to see it.
We had this last week on the show when we were talking about reducing spending. Matt Gaetz is not the perfect messenger, but his message was the message we've been talking about, which is, hey, we have to control spending. So I can understand people not liking Matt Gaetz. There's a lot of things to not like about him. I can understand people not liking Trump. And
get over it.
Well, and then, it's bizarre that his son-in-law went to do all this work, but yet he did it and it had success.
Yeah, if we could get to a place where we don't let our emotions get involved and we just think logically, man, whether you're a billionaire, millionaire, thousandaire, whatever you are, man, whatever kind of heir you are, look, if you just get to a point where we can all just understand what's happening here, take a step back, look at what's happening in our country, look what's happening all over the world, look at the warmongers stealing our tax dollars, laundering money. Like, if we could look at that stuff, look at our border crisis. I mean, look at what's happening right now. We don't have time to play around, man. We don't have time to be ignorant, and we don't have time to look at each other and point each other's faults out in their personal life. We ain't got time for that. We simply just don't have time for it. We really need to get strategic, man. These people are playing chess with us, and we're sitting up here just oblivious. We've got to inform people about what's happening. We've got to let people know what they're doing. Like all identity politics aside, we have got to start pulling resources, linking up the people that have really strong common sense and the people that have really strong business minds, the people that have really good connections, whether you're liberal or I don't care what you are, man. You've got to understand that we're on a global threat. It's bigger than just Trump. It's bigger than Joe Biden. Okay? It's bigger than Congress. There's a global agenda actually happening right in front of us. Our dollar's collapsing. There's lots of things happening right now that we could put a stop to if we get off all the bullcrap and stop trying to do everything using our feelings. That's going to get you nowhere. And that's why a man's supposed to lead the house. But, do we really want to go there? Because people don't want to hear that stuff. Men supposed to take charge here. Stop listening to what women telling you to do. Do the manly things. Put God first, and he'll get you on the right track. Get your feelings out of everything. Orange Man is not bad. I told you, he's not. He never was trying to do bad stuff. He had good intentions the entire time. One of the greatest countries on earth trying to protect that from the globalists, whom which you still can't really see because the media doesn't report on it. But that's for another day, another time. You guys like and subscribe. We're going to keep on giving out information. We're going to keep on nailing it because you need to hear it.